Printer sharing. Okay, understanding print services. Okay, one of the benefits of having a network is you can share printer. Okay, so in this chapter we are going to talk about printer sharing. Okay, print services, very old thing about networking, because when they started computers, printing was there. So they wanted to use computer to print. They wanted to share printers on the network. Okay. And each operating system, it should support printing. Most of them, all of them, we can say. Okay. So let's talk first about local printer. Local printer is the printer that is connected to the local port on your computers. In the old days, we used to have a parallel port on the computer just to connect printer. Okay, it was called parallel port. Or even you can use the USB, but this printer will be local. It does not have IP address. It's only for you, for the user. Okay, but this is not practical. If you have a network, you are in the company, you cannot imagine that each employee will have his own or her own printer. Nobody else can use. So it's not practical, of course. So a network printer is dedicated printer on the computer network that provides printing services. For example, here we have this printer. You can see it has an IP address, subnet mask, okay, gateway. Printer pooling, اللي بنسميها printing pool, okay, is a feature that helps to configure 2 or more physical printers into one logical printer. Okay. So printers installed on the print server are required to be almost identical to be in the pool. So they should be identical. And if I want to create a pool from printers, they should be the same type. Because they will use the same driver. So when you send the print command, it will go to the logical name of these printers. This is the printer pooling, okay? Why? Because it will balance their load, increasing their usability, and providing users with rational printing. And instead of having one printer, you have 2 printers. But they are giving one logical name. Okay, you can set it up as shown here in the diagram. Okay, we will do also a full lab on printing, inshallah. Web printing is because we all now are using the internet. You should also be able to print from the web. Okay. So prior to setting up the web printing, you need to add the PDS role and internet printing as a role service from the file manager. Okay. Also, you will need the IIS, which we have installed before. Okay. Then to access the printer, you can go to the web browser and type server name and the printers. Then it will show you your available printers. Okay. Web management is you can use the web for managing your printing or internet printing role services. It enables web printing management too. Okay, so through your browser, you can manage print jobs the same way. If you come here, when you print, you can come here and you find your prints. You can also do it from the web management for printing. Okay. We call it internet printing role services. You can do also test page, stop, pause, okay? Driver deployment. You know, you need a driver for each printer. The driver will act as the interface between your operating system and the printer hardware. Okay, it will do the translation. Now, most of the printer drivers, they are already now available on Windows, on the Windows operating system. When they update, they will add the driver. If this is very specific printer, then maybe it will come with its own driver, or you can download it from the internet. Okay, in the old days, they used to come with a DVD as driver, or you can download it from the internet. Any questions about this chapter? Any questions? Okay, now we'll do the week 14, configure Bitlocker file sharing, okay? Configure file services and disk encryption. And in this chapter, we will do disk encryption for volumes, not for files. Okay, so please differentiate. Okay, we will be using Bitlocker drive encryption, PDE. Okay, Bitlocker to work, it uses one chip on the computer. It's called Trusted Platform Module, TPM. Okay, and nowadays it's on most of the computers and laptops. Okay. It is used to store cryptographic information such as encryption keys. Okay? Why? Because they are on chip, they are more secure. All right? What do you need to have Bitlocker working? You need a TPM. You need a removable USB memory drive. Why? Because you need to save your password. Okay, flash drive. You need 2 partitions on your hard disk. This is what we will do in the lab. You will notice, okay? First partition is your system partition. This contains the files to start your computer. This we cannot encrypt. It should be at least 350 according to your OS. Then you need another operating system partition which contains Windows. Okay. This one can be encrypted. And both of them should be NTFS format. Okay. Also, your BIOS should support Bitlocker. Nowadays, most I mean, they are supporting. Bitlocker supports this. Okay. Services, NTFS, FAT16, FAT32, USB, exFAT on USB, FireWire SATA, SCSI drive. Does not support CD file system or iSCSI or eSATA or Bluetooth even. Okay. Also, dynamic volumes are not supported because dynamic volumes, their size change. That's why they are calling them dynamic. Their volume change according to what is used. There are 5 operational modes for Bitlocker. The most secure is the first one. So from high to low, it's going this way. So if you have TPM, startup bin, startup key, most secure. Then you can have only TPM and startup, and the least is TPM only. Okay. To encrypt files with Bitlocker, okay, you can use one of these options: password, smart card, or automatic unlock. Because let's say you have another volume other than the 2 volumes, like you have an extended volume, you created a new volume, and you want to encrypt it. You can, and then you can unlock it using password or smart card or automatic unlock. We will do, inshallah, this in the lab. Okay. So how do we use Bitlocker? First of all, you need to add the role. The role is added from Server Manager. Okay, and then you need to enable it. It will work only if you have TPM. It will check when you try to install Bitlocker. It will check if your system is supporting or not. All right. And you can also check. So this is the option here: install Bitlocker. I hope it's clear there. Install Bitlocker. Here it will check whether you have TPM or not. Chip. Okay. This is the TPM. It will say compatible TPM cannot be found if it is not there. Okay. So this is the utility that is checking for that. Then you turn it on. Let's say you come to the volume. Let's say we created a volume. We gave it a name. Let's say G. You right-click on the volume and you encrypt with Bitlocker. Then it will ask you to give a password. Okay. You put the password, and then it will ask you where you want to save the password. In real life, you will save it to a flash maybe. Okay. Or you want to print it and then keep it in a secure place. But for the sake of our lab, we will just save it to a file on the hard disk on the same machine. Okay. That's it. This is the screenshots that we will see when we are doing the Bitlocker. We will do this in the lab. Okay, now there is one thing here that is not covered, but it used to be covered before. Okay, Encrypt, by the way, encrypting file system can encrypt files. Okay. Okay. And it works on the NTFS format, file format. Bitlocker will encrypt what? The volume. All right. Cipher command displays or alters the encryption of folders and files on NTFS volume. This is, you need to know this command. Okay. Any questions?